I've been a lawyer since 1979. I went to York University, went through, graduated in 1979. I worked for 3.5 years. 27 was looming up and I could see that I wanted to have a holiday in Europe working. I worked on the buses, you know, the Contiki buses. There's only one thing more important than delivering fantastic legal service, and that's my family. I'm not just a property lawyer. Yes, I've done 17,000 homes in the last 20 years, so I've got a lot of experience to help people with this process. Relationships where everything counts. If my staff can't be honest, it's not rocket science. This stuff that we do for buying and selling homes and for estate planning, it has its difficult aspects, but for most people, they just want to know when they're going to get the key so they can move in, and when they're going to, if they're selling, when they're going to move out. It's as simple as that.
We've used Geoffrey's services for the last 3 sales and purchases of our properties. We've continued to use the services due to the reliability of the services and the support and easy understanding.
So we have personal lawyers. We help people in a personal way achieve the best life they can, and that best life is based on sound decisions and really good advice.
I'm Charmaine and I'm Geoffrey's pre-exchange paralegal. The team here at Geoffrey Morgan Smith are very dedicated to getting what the client wants and their needs. Geoffrey's more, how do you want it, that sort of thing. And I think it makes a difference to our clients. My gosh. Any particular day he could have a different pair of socks on. It seems to be the joke of the day that he's got an orange pair of socks on with a blue tie.
I've got 9 staff at the moment, and where I'm different from a lot of sole practitioners is that I put a lot of value on customer service. I have enough staff to have a performance standard of 2 hours to returning a call. I'm a quality endorsed legal practice, and I'm the only solicitor on the Central Coast to be a quality endorsed legal practice, and we've now developed a 15-step process that will help our clients buy and sell houses. An overview of the steps to be taken when you're buying a property is step 1, to decide to buy a home. The second step is to go and get some idea as to how much money you can afford to borrow. The third step, of course, is to go and look at houses. After you've found the house you want, it's at that point that you get help from the professional conveyancer's solicitor, and I suggest that it's important to get a person who's done a lot of conveyancing in the local area, a person who's comfortable with any sort of problems that could arise, like road widening or mine subsidence issues or flooding. Once you've done that, the next step, of course, is to get your loan approved. Then you'll be signing the contract. You'll go through the contract with the solicitor who will negotiate it for you, and of course after that you'll pay your deposit. At the end of the cooling off period is when you pay the rest of the deposit. You've already paid the 0.25% small deposit, which is forfeited if you pull out of the contract, but if you don't pull out, you just pay the balance of the 10% at the end of the 5 days. Once your cooling off period finishes, it's time to crack open the bottle of champagne, because in less than 42 days, you'll have finalised all your loan paperwork, you'll have done a final inspection, you'll have insured the property, and your agent will be handing you the keys because the house will be yours. And truly, that's actually what I do with people. I cut out stuff so they don't get lost, because people can only absorb 10 minutes, and if I talk to them for an hour, so that's why I give them this, I write it on the board, I do stuff on the board with them.
The process involved that Geoffrey actually went through with us was very self-explanatory. He made it in very simple terms for us so that we totally understood what we were doing. There was also a timeline, I guess, as to the weeks and the days leading up to the purchases and sales, so we fully understood where we were at and what we were doing.
Oh, of course I juggle too, I didn't tell them about the juggling. In 1986, I decided I wanted to learn to juggle. I don't know what happened, and I started with tennis balls. I went to the circus juggler Lloyd, he showed me how to juggle. And when I could juggle, I wanted to show other people how to juggle. So as a result, I've shown countless people how to juggle. And it really is easy. And it starts with the first ball. And the first ball goes over the top and the second ball goes underneath. See, it's simple. Just like that, up, over, and then the third one comes like that. And I've taught people to juggle because I believe that juggling really helps people's confidence. Our vision is for our clients to have the very best life they can by making sound decisions and planning wisely for the future. I often go to a barbecue and get asked what I do. And what I do is I help Australians just like you buy and sell property and get their financial affairs in order.
They're out there to serve the people and help the people. And that's what I found about them that is so great. Even my own grandson, I got him to use him myself. So if I recommend my own family, I recommend them to anyone else.
And because I take a holistic view of our clients' affairs, it means that it includes making sure that you've accumulated enough money for your retirement, to minimise the amount of tax you pay, to minimise the interest you pay on your home loan, and to make sure that when you do pass away, that all your assets and your money goes to the chosen beneficiaries that you want.
Oh, one word. Let me think, what's an applicable word? A great firm to do business with and trustworthy.
Once we've bought or sold your house for you, there are other things that we've got to consider. And the first one to consider is, have you got a will? It's important to have a will. If you're a first home buyer, you probably think you're bulletproof. If you're a pensioner, you probably realise that you've seen your friends or your family die and you understand the purpose of a will. A will makes sure that the chosen beneficiaries receive your assets. The other thing to consider of major importance for Australians who have assets is to have someone appointed in case of incapacity. So if you were in a road accident and you're incapacitated and you couldn't make your payments, you need someone who can make decisions for you about your financial affairs, and that's a power of attorney. Another vital service that we provide to our clients is to help the older generation with living wills and powers of enduring guardianship. Many people don't know what these are. The power of enduring guardianship covers health decisions if a person's incapacitated. A living will is in the last days to determine whether the person wants to have their life support machines turned off. These are important for the older generation. We can discuss your circumstances with you when we see you so that you can plan ahead to provide for against any unforeseen circumstances. You'll be hard pressed to find someone who's more responsive to the needs of their client and the real estate industry.